I think what the University of St. Martin is experiencing now is a renaissance, you would call it, the rebirth of the University of St. Martin. And we're trying to make our mark internally here on St. Martin, but also externally in the wider world. And I will explain what we're trying to do internally, the mark that we're making, but also that externally to the outside world. Now, internally, I think no one in St. Martin can say they do not know what SCELL means, the School of Continuing Education and Lifelong Learning. Now that the director of the SCELL, Dr. Natasha Gittens, has created a set of programs that caters to the business sector of St. Martin and to the professional development of every individual. That is vital and important to enhance our customer service, to enhance the leadership skills, to push for women's emancipation in the business place. So that's one way we're making our mark. When it comes to the young men and women that have not been given sufficient chances to actually get an academic degree, we have started the pre-USM. And what I now notice is we're in the second year, and amazingly, I got an email from the Center of Rural Development, an NGO in Costa Rica, that got an assignment from the European Union to actually do a survey on all the small and micro businesses here on St. Martin. They did not choose to work with the Department of Statistics. They said, let us work with the local university. And the students that we chose, handpicked to actually conduct that survey, they are students of the pre-USM, students that many persons would have said, oh, they are students that are doing the TKL or PKL. We don't believe they can do so. They've gotten that rigorous training, and last week and this week they will be going to all the businesses with that survey, surveying the businesses. That the data will go back to Costa Rica. A report will be written, and that report will go to the European Union so that funding can be made available for micro and small and medium-sized businesses on the island. We've seen that some students of the USM, for instance, the former student of the pre-USM, Miss Alexandra Bailey, and I think we have to be very proud of her. She actually went to the Medgar Evers College in New York, and she won a debating contest. A girl that everyone would have put in a particular level, she climbed up, did her pre-USM, passed. Now she's a liberal arts student, and she goes to the US and she wins a debate together with a GED student, Dwayne Griffith. That, I think, is what St. Martin needs to realize, the potential of the youths here. We all speak about the environment and how important it is to recycle. I think human recycling is just as important. Not because the first chance you actually had, you wound up in the PKL or TKL, means that you should not be given a second chance to show that you actually have what it takes. And that, I believe, is taking place right now. Now, the third thing that I would say in making our mark internally is that the USM participated with the Department of Public Health, the Observatoire on the French and the Dutch side of the island, to actually do the health survey. How healthy is St. Martin and Saint Martin? This is historic because this is the first time in the history of the European Union that an overseas country and territory, St. Martin, and an outermost region, Saint Martin, have worked together and have worked together successfully. And that health survey will allow policymakers on the French side of the island and the Dutch side of the island, or the northern and southern side of the island, to actually make policies for health that are based upon fact. Now, we did that together with our partner, the University of the Virgin Islands. And that's the last thing in making our mark internally. There are many persons who will not get study financing. And there are many persons who do get study financing, but they want to remain on the island. Now, through the UVI at USM, persons can remain on St. Martin and get that same North American accredited bachelor's and master's degree. Remaining here, they get professors from the University of the Virgin Islands together with qualified professors of the USM. They fly over, those of UVI, every week, and they give courses to St. Martin students. So we have a master's degree in education taking place. We have a bachelor's degree in education with UVI at USM, and we have a bachelor's degree in business management. And this year we're planning to actually roll out, once we work diligently, one on social work. So like that, you see the USM is growing internally and taking better care of the population of St. Martin.
SCELL was established for the business community predominantly on the island of St. Martin. And what that basically means is that we decided that there was definitely a need for training and development within organizational institutions. So we decided to develop a program where we customize all of our trainings to meet the needs of organizations. For example, customer service, supervisory skills, leadership skills, public speaking, and things of that nature. What we do is we go into the institution, we don't order any of these trainings from abroad, and we customize them based on the mission, the vision, and the value system of the organization. The majority of our relationships commence in the HR department, and then we go from there into the leadership, the managing directors. But what we basically do in a nutshell is that we bring two individuals together, the employees on the front line, the human resources and the manager, and then SCELL comes in and makes the beautiful matrimony. So we are able to identify what the employees want in terms of training, and then we couple that with what the HR and the leadership wants. Once we go in and deliver the trainings, we evaluate every single one, and we have about 15 instructors that are employed by SCELL that have a variety of backgrounds that we call expert industry leaders in a variety of different focus areas. They also are responsible for writing the trainings for the organizations so that we make every different training unique to the specific organization. There are no duplications.
And how is that going so far? Is it really working out well?
Yeah, it's working out wonderfully. We started SCELL in 2015, August, and we are not even a year yet. That will be August 1st of 2016, and we have some of the biggest contracts on the island. We are currently in our 6th month of a project that we are doing with the Port of St. Martin, where we're helping them with all of their skill set in terms of their value systems. So anything from customer centricity to team building to teamwork, and that's a year-long program. We have just completed another week-long program with SNV, which focuses on leadership, customer service, and the appreciation of clients. We have now launched several unique programs with SCELL that are very corporate responsibility driven. We feel at the university that we have an obligation to educate the community and also enhance their understanding of things that will make us a better island. So we recently just established ASAP, the Academic Success Abroad program. That program is to support the Ministry of Education as well as the entire island on preparing students to enter a university or college, as well as going abroad to Holland or the United States. In addition to that, we have connected an online community so that when the students go through this program, that's just not the end of it. We allow them to be able to go into this online learning community from wherever they're located in the United States or Holland or even on island and talk about their day-to-day experiences. And then we have counselors that will be a part of that site who will direct them to areas or different departments at their school location that will support them through their journey. So we're very proud of that. In addition to that, we've also established Youth Professional Network, which is a program that focuses predominantly on building male enrollment at the University of St. Martin. And I am very proud to say that we will be actually allocating 4 scholarships in August to send 4 males to University of St. Martin for their first semester. But we haven't finished yet. We continue to develop programs that really fit the needs of the community, and women was a very specific area of concentration for me. So I founded Women's Island Network. And Women's Island Network collaborates with some of the most intelligent women on the island who come together on a monthly basis and focuses on ways to empower women in their day-to-day lives, how to support their motherhood and their ability to be leaders within their organizations, but most importantly, to support us by sending other women of diverse backgrounds back to school in terms of the University of St. Martin or UVI, in addition to college or universities that are not on island. So we're very proud that we've taken a real role in not only being a university that's strong and making progress, but also looking at the community as a whole in terms of traditional information that should have been disseminated maybe times before, that we're really bringing to the forefront to help wake up the community and make us a better area of understanding for all.